Hello everyone, welcome to the Power Academy. So let's start with the topic that I have already discussed 5 days ago with you. This is an extension of an older topic in which I have discussed the Lithuanian Taiwanese relationship, and now the new development has happened. That is why I have came up with this new topic. So let's discuss. Let me remind you briefly that recently the Lithuania allowed Taiwan to open a de facto embassy in its capital Vilnius. Because of that, China declared Lithuanian ambassador in Beijing as persona non grata, that means unwelcome person, and Beijing also called all its diplomats from Vilnius. This is how the situation became volatile between the largest Baltic state and erratic dragon of Asia. If you want to know about the older topic, please go to the playlist and watch that video. Lithuania, being a democratic country, gave value to the another democratic nation, Taiwan. As a Baltic state, it showed the confidence to the tiny but the business rich Taiwan. Now the Taiwan is showing their benevolence to the Vilnius by awarding $200 million Lithuanian investment fund. China is a one-party rule authoritarian state, and according to the China, Taiwan is an integral part of China. So they are putting the immense pressure to the countries, those who are dealing with the Taipei. Recently, the Nicaragua president has kicked the Taiwanese ambassador out of its country and allowed the China to open an embassy within its country. So this is how the China is dealing with those countries, those who are allowing the Taiwan to do the business with them. So now the second question is what is the purpose of Taiwan investment fund? There has to be a purpose. That is why they are giving that much of money to a tiny state which is Lithuania. And because the Beijing is in the shock, Lithuania, being a democratic country, rejecting the authoritarianism is an embarrassment for the Chinese politicians and the China's policy. So the Beijing has made use of economic measurement to try and coerce the Lithuanian political leaders into changing their minds about permitting Taiwan representative office in Vilnius. This new investment fund will going to focus the industries considered strategic and the bilateral relations and the development of both the Taiwan and the Lithuania. Lithuania has never showed its allegiance to the China. They never cow down to the Chinese pressure. They told his people to throw away the Chinese phones because according to the Lithuanian officials, it is hampering their strategic balance. So this $200 million will going to boost the bilateral trade as it tries to fend off the diplomatic pressure on the Baltic state from China. Lithuanian industries are putting the pressure on its government. Why? Because to consider the Taiwan's representativeness. Because the Lithuanian exports are the currently stranded in the Chinese ports as a result of the change and the causing the fear among the business owners about the futures of their shipments. Lithuania is an export oriented country. Their economy is based on export, and they grown so many products relating to the furnitures, lasers, food items, clothing, liquors, and various other things for the multimillionaires that sell to the China. And they also sell their goods to the other countries because their export to the China is only 1% of their total export. But it is harmful for those businessmen, those who are doing the business with the China. China blocked all Lithuanian shipments in various Chinese ports because the Lithuania has been delisted from Chinese custom office. So the Chinese custom officials cannot do anything, cannot allow the goods of the from Lithuania to get into the country. So in recent move, the Taiwan bought 20,000 bottle of Lithuanian rum headed for China, and the Taiwan Tobacco and the Liquor Corporation reportedly purchased the rum after learning that it could be blocked from entering China. And the Taiwan is also trying to purchase all the goods those who are blocked in Chinese ports. Although China has denied the blockade, because if they denied the blockade, then it will going to be the violations of the global trading. So they are not accepting that they are blocking the Lithuanian goods, but they are indirectly blocking the Lithuanian goods get into the country. That is the problem. That is how the China bully the other nations. They force them to accept what they want. As this money will also go to the other industries, semiconductor industries, like Taiwan also wants to invest in the Lithuanian semiconductor industries, and they wants to build up the semiconductor industry at a large scale in Lithuania, along with the biotechnology and the various other research based industry. And this money will also going to subsidize the stressed businessmen, those who have sent the goods to the China, but the China has not accepted them. So that is why, to subsidize those businessmen, the Taiwan is also giving that money, some portions of the money from the 200 million. Now the next question is, what is China's reactions to the Lithuanians move? That portions I already have discussed with you in the previous discussions, but I would like to add something which I not mentioned over there, and that has recently developed. The China's reactions were slightly dramatic. They said the Lithuanian authority and the villain is that they will going to pay for that what they did. And that is how they bully the other nations, and they are trying to bully the Lithuania, the democratic country. What they did, the first they imposed the sanctions on their tiny Baltic nations, and then they banned all imports from Lithuania, not legally but illegally, and recalled its ambassador. And the China told these MNCs to cut the ties with the Baltic nations and warned them to shut out of its market. Although the Lithuania's 1% export goes to the Beijing, that I have already told you, the Lithuania's exports are very tiny comparisons to their total export. But those businessmen, those who are sending the goods to the Lithuania, they are very much concerned about their own businesses. So the country have to protect everyone and have to protect those who are sending the goods to the China. So protection is in the hands of the government. And the most valuable question is, what has the rest of the world reactions to this conflict? Many countries, the countries like Eswatini, Marshall Island, Guatemala, Haiti, St. Lucia, Vatican City, and the others are keeping the relationship with Taiwan, and they are paying for that, and that they are being forced by the Chinese authorities to accept the Chinese legalizations, not the Taiwanese. But they are the very tight countries. They do not want to recognize the China. Instead of Thai, they want the recognitions. They want to give their recognitions to the Taiwan, only to the Taiwan. And this relationship infuriating the China since its inception, since the days they have started recognizing the Taiwan as a legitimate country. And Europe also pushing for the greater political and the economic ties with Taiwan since the last November 2021. In December 2021, US President Joe Biden signed the National Defense Authorization Act, which allocates the 7.1 billion for Pacific Deterrence Initiative, which identifies the China as the most significant to the US's military defense, and the records congressional support for the defense of the Taiwan. Joe Biden has already said they are bound to help the Taiwan because Taiwan needs the help, and the Taiwan being a democratic country should not be cowed down to someone authoritarian. The Germany is also changing its policy to the China and to support the Taiwan's democratic government. And the India is also doing something. India is also trying to sign an FTA, which is FTA. FTA is Free Trade Agreement between the Taiwan and the India to develop and semiconductor industries within the India to support the Indian students and the Indian job seekers to get the jobs within the country, because the India have a problems regarding the brain drain. So many people are running away from the country, so that is why India is trying to bring the industries and the very precious industries from the other countries. And now the last one is, in my say, in the conclusion, my view is that China is not an helpful nation. China came up with a $1 billion project called the Belt and the Road Initiative to bully the nations. The bully, because within that project so many economically vulnerable countries were given loan in the name of infrastructure development and the industries. But when those countries defaulted on the loan, the China captured some of the strategically important places in those countries. That we can see the examples in case of Sri Lanka, in case of the other countries, the Pakistan, and the other countries like the Maldives and Seychelles. These are the countries who are the victims of the Chinese money. So this world have to understand the difference between the true friend and the friend in disguise. China is a friend in disguise, because they gave the loan to the countries, those who are vulnerable, those who cannot pay, their economy cannot sustain with that huge amounts of loan. So they are just giving the loan to capture the ports, to capture the strategically important airports. These are the things they are doing all over the country. So to kill the bullying natures of the China, the world have to think twice to give the Taiwan the legitimate place in the world. So that is the what I can say about the Chinese aggressions. And the United States has to give these some vulnerable countries and the some countries those who are well off, and the India too have to give some free money, not the free money, the money those which will have low interest, at least 0.1% interest, 0.2% interest, not the China's interest 8% interest, not like that. They have to give the money to these nations very very cheap rate. So this is how we will going to save these countries from the hand of the China, and we can save the Taiwan from being fallen into the Chinese aggression. And now the question part is, which was the former name of Taiwan? The first one is Peking, second one is Saigon, third one is Siam, fourth one is Formosa, fifth one is Edo, and this is it. And now I also gave you a question which is related to the UPSC examinations which held in India, and the question is how the Chinese aggression in Asia Pacific region changing the geopolitics of the world. If anyone wants to write me the answer, or anyone have any doubt about this topic or about any other topic, or want to ask any questions, then please mail me to my mail address that I have mentioned over here. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.